At dawn on August 17th, the Slobozhanske region was shrouded in dense fog, blanketing the scorched grasslands and muddy dirt roads. The fog not only reduced visibility, but also created ideal conditions for covert operations, forcing both sides to heighten their alertness. In a secret base of the 47th Magura Independent Mechanized Brigade, Captain Andrei Volkov, a seasoned reconnaissance pilot, sat before the control screen of the Shark unmanned aerial vehicle. This advanced reconnaissance drone, equipped with a 4K resolution camera, a 37-mile operational range, a 6-hour continuous flight time, and real-time data transmission with less than 0.5-second latency, served as the Ukrainian forces' eyes in the sky. On Volkov's screen, sharp images revealed a small river flowing slowly, where a concrete bridge that once connected the banks had been destroyed in prior clashes. Only concrete debris and a few rusted steel beams remained in the shallow water. This was the Slobozhanske North Axis, a fierce battlefield where Russian forces relentlessly sought to reinforce their positions for an offensive despite fierce resistance from Ukrainian troops. The axis held strategic importance as it led to a critical transportation hub where Russia aimed to establish a bridgehead to advance deeper into Ukrainian territory. Volkov, with over 2 years of drone operation experience, was accustomed to long hours monitoring screens for any sign of enemy activity. At approximately 5:15 a.m., as the Shark glided at 10,500 feet, its lens captured an unusual sight. A Russian KamAZ 5350 military truck with a maximum payload of 13 tons and a 260 horsepower diesel engine moved slowly along a rugged dirt road toward the riverbank. Painted in olive green camouflage to blend with the landscape, the truck couldn't escape the Shark's infrared lens. The truck towed a 2S19 Msta-S 152mm self-propelled howitzer, a formidable weapon with a 15-mile range using standard rounds, 18 miles with Krasnopol guided munitions, a firing rate of 6 to 8 rounds per minute, and mobility across rough terrain thanks to its T-80 chassis, posing a significant threat to Ukrainian defenses from a distance. Weighing 46 tons, this howitzer was a mainstay of Russian artillery, often used to support tank units. No escort accompanied the truck, suggesting a covert Russian mission. Volkov adjusted the camera angle, zooming in. His eyes narrowed, pulse quickening. This was no routine transport. Russia was risking a valuable asset by moving it across a river without a bridge, a bold and near-desperate move. Volkov realized that if Russia succeeded in deploying the howitzer, it could shell Ukrainian defenses in Hrigorivka, 12 miles away, causing severe losses. Volkov immediately activated the comms, connecting to the Magura Brigade's command center, located in a bunker over 19 miles away. Reporting: Russian truck detected at coordinates X4532, Y7819, towing a 2S19 Msta-S howitzer, heading toward the western riverbank. No escort, requesting orders. His voice was firm, unwavering. On the other end, Lieutenant Colonel Alexei Petrov, Magura Brigade commander, swiftly convened the intelligence team and contacted a nearby Allied unit from the 92nd Air Assault Brigade. The mission was clear: destroy the truck and howitzer before they cross the river, disrupting Russia's plan to reinforce the Slobozhanske axis. In the command room, tension was palpable. Intelligence officers quickly analyzed data from the Shark drone, verifying the target's location and assessing the situation. Camera footage showed the KamAZ moving at about 7.5 miles per hour toward the riverbank. No makeshift ferry or support vehicles were visible. Instead, the Russians appeared intent on fording the shallow river, where the water was roughly 3 feet deep but flowed swiftly over a rocky bed. The Shark's data confirmed no unusual activity within a 3-mile radius, ruling out ambushes or nearby reinforcements. This was a critical vulnerability. The truck, though robust, risked getting stuck or overturning, and crossing without a bridge was a high-stakes gamble. Petrov, a battle-hardened commander, saw the opportunity. "Prepare an immediate strike plan," he ordered. "Deploy FPV attack drones from the 92nd Brigade. The goal is to completely destroy the truck and howitzer before they reach the far bank." Petrov also directed a ground reconnaissance team positioned 6 miles away to stand by for post-strike assessment, anticipating a possible Russian counterattack. The strike plan was finalized in 12 minutes, a testament to Ukraine's seamless inter-unit coordination. The 92nd Brigade, equipped with Switchblade 600 loitering munitions, would execute the attack. The Switchblade 600 was an advanced weapon with a 5.5-pound anti-tank warhead, a 25-mile range, a top speed of 115 miles per hour, a 40-minute flight time, and real-time target adjustment via GPS-guided high-resolution cameras, capable of penetrating the KamAZ's armor and crippling the howitzer. The drone team, led by Lieutenant Mykola Hrytsenko, deployed to a position 5 miles from the target, a low hill covered by sparse forest, ideal for concealing launch operations. Hrytsenko's team carried 3 backup battery packs and a small generator to ensure uninterrupted operations. Meanwhile, Volkov's Shark continued monitoring the KamAZ from a safe altitude, streaming live data to the command center. Footage showed the truck halted at the riverbank, where the driver and a Russian officer disembarked, likely inspecting the terrain before crossing. Their movements were cautious, as if aware of the mission's risks. Volkov noted details. The driver wore a standard military uniform, carrying an AK-12 rifle with a 30-round magazine and a 600 round per minute firing rate, while the officer held a radio, possibly communicating with another unit. No mobile air defense systems like the Tor M2 or Pantsir S1 were detected, but Volkov remained vigilant, maneuvering the Shark to scan a wider area and using its infrared mode to check for heat signatures from vehicles or troops. Nothing unusual appeared. At the launch site, Hrytsenko's team prepped 2 Switchblade 600 drones, opting for a pair to maximize efficiency and minimize detection risk. Each drone was programmed with the KamAZ's precise coordinates provided by the Shark. To evade Russian radar and electronic jamming, the team chose a low-altitude flight path at 130 feet, using hilly terrain and sparse trees for cover. Hrytsenko inspected each drone, ensuring guidance systems and cameras functioned perfectly. Turning to his team, his voice was low but resolute. "We hit fast, we hit accurately, they get no chance to react." He stressed the need for simultaneous strikes to neutralize both the truck and howitzer. At 6:38 a.m., as sunlight pierced the fog, the 2 Switchblade 600 drones launched from a camouflaged clearing. They flew at 87 miles per hour, skimming over dry grasslands and narrow dirt paths, staying low to avoid detection. The lead drone, controlled by Hrytsenko, received continuous updates from the Shark. Volkov adjusted the Shark's flight path to provide a wide-angle view, helping the strike team pinpoint the target. Footage showed the KamAZ beginning to ford the shallow river, water splashing around its tires. The towed 2S19 Msta-S howitzer swayed violently, its cables straining. The stronger-than-expected current rocked the truck, slowing its progress. The truck crawled at 5 miles per hour, its wheels sinking into mud and rocks on the riverbed. The driver struggled to maintain balance, with one front wheel lodged against a large boulder. The Russian officer on the bank signaled to continue, but they were clearly disadvantaged. From 10,500 feet, the Shark captured every move, streaming live to the command center. Petrov, observing the feed, noted no signs of air defense radar or jamming systems. "Conditions are ideal," he told his officers. "Execute the strike now." He also ordered an artillery unit at the rear to prepare suppressive fire in case Russia countered with long-range artillery. As the Switchblade 600 drones closed within 0.9 miles of the target, Hrytsenko switched to manual control, using onboard cameras for precision targeting. The first drone locked onto the KamAZ cabin where the driver and officer sat. The camera revealed the driver's tense face, sweat beading on his forehead. Hrytsenko adjusted the drone's angle, diving from 130 feet at 115 miles per hour. The second drone was programmed to hit the 2S19 Msta-S howitzer, aiming to destroy it before deployment. To ensure accuracy, Hrytsenko tasked a second team member to monitor the second drone's signal, ready to adjust if the target shifted. At 6:44 a.m., the first drone slammed into the KamAZ cabin. Its 5.5-pound warhead, equivalent to 5.5 pounds of TNT, tore through the thin armor, engulfing the cabin in flames. Debris scattered, rippling the surrounding water. Almost simultaneously, the second drone struck the 2S19 Msta-S, destroying its turret and detonating part of its onboard ammunition. A thick black smoke column rose, blending into the fog. The second explosion shook the area, startling birds in nearby woods. The blast's echo reverberated through the valley, signaling the failure of Russia's plan. From the control room, Volkov watched the scene through the Shark's camera. The KamAZ was now a smoldering wreck, tilted in the river. The 2S19 Msta-S, Russia's hoped-for strategic asset, was a mangled heap, useless. No survivors were visible. Volkov kept the Shark at a safe altitude, scanning for Russian reinforcements. He noted the river stained red with leaking oil and fuel, a clear mark of destruction. Debris from the howitzer drifted downstream, clogging a section and creating a natural barrier against other vehicles. Petrov, receiving Hrytsenko's report, ordered the strike team to withdraw immediately. The drone control equipment was packed swiftly, and Hrytsenko's team relocated to a safe position 3 miles away, avoiding potential Russian artillery or drone counterattacks. The Shark monitored the area for another 20 minutes, confirming no unusual activity. Once assured no Russian reinforcements were inbound, Volkov recalled the drone, ending the operation. A ground reconnaissance team later reported the area was quiet, with no enemy activity for the next 12 hours. The attack, lasting under 8 minutes, delivered undeniable results. The KamAZ 5350 and 2S19 Msta-S, worth millions, were completely destroyed. The 2 Russian soldiers, the driver and officer, had no chance of survival. The river, Russia's only crossing route, became a desolate battlefield strewn with wreckage. The Magura and 92nd Brigade's flawless coordination, leveraging technology and intelligence, dealt a crushing blow to Russia's plans. This victory not only destroyed equipment but disrupted Russia's supply chain, forcing a weeks-long recalibration of their Slobozhanske offensive. In the command room, Petrov received Volkov's final report. The Shark's footage showed a quiet area, free of enemy activity. Petrov allowed a faint smile, knowing this victory disrupted Russia's broader plans. Volkov, removing his headset, leaned back, feeling relief mixed with pride. Each success like this bolstered Ukrainian morale and weakened the enemy's resolve. He thought of comrades on the front lines, now better protected without the howitzer's threat.
The operation was more than a tactical win. It was a powerful message. Russia's reckless river crossing attempt exposed flaws in their logistics and strategy. The Shark's relentless surveillance and the Switchblade 600's precise firepower showed Russia couldn't move undetected. In an increasingly brutal war, Ukraine proved it could not only defend but counterattack with stunning effectiveness. As the sun rose, dispersing the fog, the KamAZ and 2S19 Msta-S were mere charred remnants in the river. Overhead, another Shark stood ready to protect Slobozhanske. At the rear, Ukrainian engineers began analyzing the strike's data, refining tactics for future threats.